That's what we eat, okay? There's a little piece of the mussel that's going to peel right off. This is like shoe leather. This gets discarded in the bio bin, and we serve our scallops without that mussel.
What mussel is that?
It's a little part of the adductor muscle. There it is again. See it right there?
Is it on all of the scallops?
It'll be on most of them, yeah.
So when you buy them, like store-bought, are they going to have that on them, for the most part?
Yes, they probably will. The other thing, there's one right there. So I clean these up, you just peel right off. The other thing too about these scallops, when we look at these, is these are called non-TSP scallops. Non-trisodium polyphosphate.
Yeah. Trisodium.
Polyphosphate. The TSP, they will take fish and shellfish and drop it into a liquid water with TSP. It causes the product to absorb water.
More weight.
More water weight is what you pay for. So always be aware. I always buy, these are a IQF dry pack scallop that we bought. So there is no TSP in any of these at all. So always be aware of that.
Is that something that would be on the packaging, non-TSP?
Yeah, and you ask your distributor directly. I always ask. All right, next thing is shrimp, and I bought two different types. So these you might be familiar with. This is a green headless shrimp, meaning raw green, and this is wild. But the one thing is when they pulled the head off here, they actually cut down the middle of the back of the shrimp to devein it, okay? But the vein is still present in there, it just makes it nice and easy to remove it, okay? So you're gonna see two varieties of that. The other ones are just a green headless, right? These are green headless and deveined. Green headless right here, here's how you shuck. I don't want to see this. You grab it with your hand, to hold it between 3 fingers and pinch it on the tail, right? Now you might do this with your left hand, and then use your right hand, either way, to drive your finger down the leg. So watch. Ready? I drive it all the way down the legs, then I put my thumb all the way back up, leaving the last digit on there. I peel, and I end up with that. Okay? The shells, I have my other hand here. You are going to save for shrimp stock. Okay? Next step is, I think I have you on your list to peel, devein, and butterfly, right?
Yes.
So, butterfly and the vein is the top of the shrimp. Circle around and flatten it out like so. Remove the vein. That goes to bio. Now we have a P&D. There's another methodology. I'll show you this one. This is kind of cool. Maybe not. That's my target.
All the way put together.
Come on. All right, so check this out. In this case, this is much more time consuming. I'm going to take the legs, I'm going to snip them off, and what am I doing with the legs? Saving them for stock. Okay, then what I do is from the leg side, okay, I am going to take this and split this, and we may use shrimp for this, we may use langustas, another species of a shrimp family, crustacean. Now I've opened it up in the shell is still attached. This is how scampi is done. true scampi. You pack it with scampi butter, you raise the tail, and then it goes into a broiler, and as it cooks, it curls up like this for presentation.
Can you take the vein out that way since you?
Yes, I already took it out.
Okay.
There was none in it. Sometimes the vein won't even be there because when they pull the heads off, it pulls the vein with it. All right, everyone get this? So there's another example of a
Are you
one.
doing both of those methods tomorrow?
No, we'll just do the butterflies. So here's the next one. Ready? I'm going to do this one, which is another methodology, very similar to the first one. I'm going to peel, and then I'm also going to cut from the belly side again, or the feet side of the shrimp. So what I'm going to do here is, this is why we do them, and I'll explain why for presentations. I'm going to do the exact same cut, and I'm going to lay it open. Check for the vein. Got it. There it is. Pull it out. Maybe rinse it since it got exploded a bit. So, this is another dish if you're going to stuff these shrimp and wrap them in bacon. So you stuff them and they get wrapped, and when they cook, they present like this as well, standing up. So it's a presentation issue. If we went from the side that we deveined and you stuffed them this way, it looks kind of bizarre sitting like that, right? So it'll be kind of flat versus stuffed sitting upright like that. Okay, totally different look. Make sense?
Chef, does it matter which way we butterfly them tomorrow?
You're always butterflying from the top, right? So opposite the foot side on shrimp is how you butterfly. Make sense? We good?
Except in this.
Should we, I have my lab paper, I'm not sure if you passed them out.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, I can.
When did I pass them
I
out?
thought you
When you
passed them
passed out
out
the
when we had our
practical,
lab.
right?
When I gave out the practical, you had the lab sheet for your,
Why?
with 2 sheets.
Oh,
Oops, I better look.
I just,
All right, next item. Okay, clams. So these, really what I'm going to do is I'm going to soak these off tomorrow morning. And one of the things that you're concerned about with these is the amount of sand on them, and I can feel the grit right now. So basically what we want to do with these is we want to fill a container up with fresh water, and some people will put cornmeal in them, and basically there's a ton of sand on them. You have to get all the sand off them, and you want them to circulate so there's no sand inside. So what we'll do with these guys is just kind of soak these tomorrow for cooking, okay? And I'll set those up. Huh?
How do you make them circulate?
Usually sometimes you put a little cornmeal into the water, some sort of a little, quote, like feed. Next one, Whidbey Pen Cove mussels, okay? See how tiny these guys are? They're rope cultured, okay? And they are absolutely beautiful and clean, and that's the great thing about rope culture, okay? So once we never prep these in advance. Once you prep them, you kill them. So there's what's called a beard right on the side here, see this? That's what it hangs on to something with. We have the, oh, that one's broken too. So that's a great example. This is a broken shell, bio, but I'll shuck it for the heck of it. Once I see that beard, I pull straight up from the mantle. This is a mantle area, and it removes it. Once I've done that, I'm going to kill this mussel. So you only prep what you need for the night. If you prep 50 pounds, you sell 10 pounds. Tomorrow morning you'll be throwing the other 40 out. Make sense?
how long are they good for typically?
Huh?
How long are they good for typically?
These, as long as you keep these things covered and damp in the cooler, you'll get easy 3 to 4 days on them. Yeah, easy. Colder the better. But notice there's no ice on them. We don't serve ice with these or store them like fish. Totally different.
But when you buy them at when I buy them at the Taylor Shellfish, they'll give you them in ice.
Yeah.
That's What's wrong?
Because they don't have a damn towel for it,
Chef.
right?
But when I take them home, I should take them out of the ice. And
Yeah, you just pull them out of the ice and put a damn towel on them.
Because wasn't it like high humidity? Isn't that how we're supposed to store